Hello and welcome to another episode of Four Feathers, where we are building a community of individuals, businesses, and people who are going to obtain and acquire over $1 trillion over the next 10 years. Our goal is to build a legacy through the businesses that we own so that we can create impact across our communities. We have with us today a superstar from Indianapolis. Please help me welcome Sam. Sam, thank you for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks, Natalie.
So I reached out to you because you have a executive presence in your area, and you've built a quite the unique business off of a simple business model. And so you are the owner of My Guys, and I want you to first just share a little bit about how did you get into this business?
Yeah, so my guy services was a means of paying the bills at the beginning. We were broke 18-year-old kids. Just got out of high school. I was going into college downtown IUPUI, and we were broke. We were eating ramen noodle. I was working at a serving job and doing that on the weekends, and I Googled summertime hustles. I kid you not, and pressure washing kept popping up all over the blogs. And that same day, I called my best friend Ben. And I was like, "Hey, man, I got a way for us to make some extra money."
Mhm.
That same day, within 24 hours, we used his mom's credit card to buy a. She permitted this to buy a pressure washer. He sold his Astro minivan that he also got from his mother, and we bought a truck. And then within 24 hours, we had a business. I was going to sell. We were going to work together and just kind of make side extra money throughout the being 18 years old to pay the bills.
Now, is he still a part of the business today?
He's not. So him and I actually started another company. 2023 we started Indie Roof Rangers, and
Okay.
since then we've built both businesses to be great. And he now runs that full time, and I run this full time, and we just split that way since it was his passion and this was my passion. So still my best friend. It ended the best way a partnership could ever end.
By expansion. So it's not really an end, it's just a
Exactly.
transition. It's going, and now you're
Exactly.
continuing to transition into different phases. That's outstanding. So
Yeah.
uh where are you now? So you started out with a truck and a mom's credit card. Where are you folks now? How many trucks do you have in the field? What's your business looking like?
So we are at 9 trucks right now. 9 trucks right now. Business is great. We run really lean in the summertime, and then we really get big during our Christmas light season. So we get about
Interesting.
25 employees going into Christmas time. But during the main year, we keep about 5 to 8 people. And then Christmas jumps to 20, 25 people.
Oh, that's interesting. So tell me about what you're doing with the Christmas lights.
Oh, we do everything. We are loving Christmas here. Christmas for us actually already started. This week alone, we started taking down lights for the city of Indianapolis.
Mhm.
We do this Indianapolis Zoo, which is the largest project in the state of Indiana. We do a
Oh,
handful of other
yeah.
cities, do all of downtown, hundreds of residential jobs. I
Mhm.
mean, just Christmas it's a crazy time of the year. It's fun.
Yeah, it is. How long does it take you to get the zoo up and going?
The zoo, so it takes 14 days to get it up, 14 working days, and then
Uh-huh.
it takes 18 days to get it down because we're putting it up when it's really warm in September, but then we're taking it down when it's really cold in January.
Yeah, yeah,
So
which, makes sense.
humans aren't robots, so we can't we move a little
No.
slower in the winter.
Yes, that I do for sure. My bones do also.
Right.
I'm sure like getting into this, it's morphed into different businesses and you're telling me the good stuff about it, but were there any barriers or roadblocks that you encountered when you first got started?
Yeah, cash, money. Money is
Mm.
the big one, and then also the amount of leads that you get, and then converting on those leads, and then making sure you're selling it at a number that is profitable for the business, rather than just getting jobs to get jobs. So
It's a
those
lot
are
to
like
break
the
down.
biggest things at the beginning. Yeah,
Yeah.
making sure because the lifeline in any business is cash flow,
Mhm.
and making sure that you're setting yourself up to be able to pay the overhead stuff, pay your guys, make sure that, you're not getting paid at this time, but everybody else
Mhm.
has to get paid.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you were
So those
starting
are
this,
the barriers of entry is sacrificing.
so if you were starting this to make a living, you had to almost put a pin in it. Put a pin in making a
Yeah.
living. until you got it going.
Yeah, about 10 years it took.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So, um, working capital, investing capital. If there was a 18-year-old that was out there today that was like, "Hey, listen, I want to get my power washing company going," what would you tell them to save up in high school so that they would have the means to be able to get going and have a healthy business when they graduate?
Yeah, first thing is get 3 months of expenses. Get 3 months of your living expenses taken care of.
Okay.
Go get with so if your cost of living is $1,500, go
Uh-huh.
get $4,500 in your savings account.
Okay.
In
Okay.
addition to that, first 30 days, 60 days, you need to go sell, $5,000 worth of work. That way you have a bone to stand on before you go quit your day job or have a means of you have something coming and going.
Okay. That's good advice. Any other
Now, don't go
advice?
buy, don't go get money from the bank. Don't go buy the Cadillac of anything. Go buy used, go buy, refurbished, use Facebook Marketplace. Go lean and mean. Don't come out thinking you're going to be in my position. I've been doing this for 13 years. You need to start from the very bottom.
Yes, that's one of the little pieces of advice that I give young kids is that credit is important when you're talking about making sure you have lower car insurance because a good credit score helps out with those things. But
Oh
going
yeah.
into debt will paralyze you and it will cause you to fail faster than just not getting
Yep.
business. So
It's
I've
another level of
oftentimes
stress you don't want at the beginning.
and I think it also is, we don't teach money in school. We don't teach kids
No.
about, balancing a checkbook or cash flows or how any of this works. And then we just expect them to go out and be really successful. We throw them into college, and not that there's anything wrong with college. I have a master's degree and I'm halfway through a doctorate. So not saying there's anything wrong with college, just saying
Right.
that to the tune of $100,000 a year now, like we might not necessarily need to be pushing all of our kids down a path of higher education. And, part of
Hmm.
my motivation here is to demonstrate to young people that there's other ways for you to have a really good quality of life, enjoy what you do, and
Hmm.
not have to necessarily go into a lot of debt, including college debt, in order
Yeah.
for you to reach those goals.
Exactly.
So I
Exactly.
appreciate you
No
making that
debt
comment.
is a good point. No debt is a good thing. And then never forgetting the whole goal of a business is to make money. So now you have to invest a little bit of money, but the goal is to make more money than you're spending.
And if you have that spending and that expenditure is going out in the
Hmm.
form of bank fees and finance charges, and if you look at something like, oh, it's only a 15% interest rate, like, hey, that's awesome. Let's go to lunch, and I'm going to ask you to pay 15% more right off the top than the person who's
Hmm.
sitting at the table next to you. Well,
Right.
why would I pay 15% more than them? Well, because you're going to do it on a credit card and they're going to do it in cash. It's
100%.
when you look at it that way, it changes your thought process behind money and how to use it. Now,
Hmm.
sometimes you'll buy things that you do need to go get a loan for because it's 150, $200,000, but
Yep.
the payment plans they give you, including on a mortgage, should
Hmm.
never be what you're actually paying. You should be
Yep.
paying much more than what that payment is. So I
And
appreciate
I
your
and I
comment.
think it comes with also one of the things we did successfully is live way below our means for a long. I mean, we still live below our means.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
super
need to.
important.
You don't need to look rich. You want to be rich.
Right. Right. You want to have wealth. You want to
Yeah,
have wealth that lasts.
you want to be
Yeah.
rich, not look rich.
Yeah. I drive a 9-year-old car, and we
Yep.
have another vehicle that it's a 2009, 2010, has 184,000 miles on it. And we jokingly said like 5 years ago, we're never going to get another car until this one dies. That way we get our
Yep.
full money's worth. And at $185,000 with no backup camera, the air conditioning's going out. Like we're driving down but the engine won't quit. We're
Yeah.
like, careful what you say. You might
Uh,
be
I
driving
I
that
I
pickle.
got a handful of trucks that have no AC, so the new guys start with those ones, and I call it sweat equity. I call it
I
sweat
love
equity.
it.
They got to earn
I
their
love it.
stripes, and I've always paid cash for everything. All my trucks are all
Yes.
cash. I just recently this year 13, finally bought a car on payments. And the
Yeah.
only reason I did it because the money made sense because I spent $32,000 in fixing trucks last year.
Yeah.
not lost of revenue because of that.
Yeah.
It made sense to have more reliable trucks. So we're
Yeah.
transitioning all of our old stuff to new stuff because it financially makes sense now.
Yeah. Don't forget to tell your accountant that you're interested in taking a 179 deduction. They'll know what that means.
10-4.
Write that down, 179.
That's it.
Because you get to take that dollar per dollar off of cash versus using it as a depreciation. When you take it as a depreciation, it depreciates it over a period of time. But if you're going to have a profitable year, and let's say the value of the car was 30,000, it's a dollar for dollar decrease on.
Hmm.
So if you made 100,000 profit and you bought a $30,000 car, now it's only going to be a $70,000 income, and you
30
start
off.
your deductions from there. So definitely 179. There's
Oh
my
yeah.
first little piece
One
of
so we do
advice.
that. We deduct everything every year. We deduct everything every year. Every year. I don't. It's like Christmas lights is a big expense. We spend hundreds of thousands a year on
But
Christmas lights. Every year we deduct all of it.
yeah, good for you. That's so exciting. Now, you made a comment a little while ago that I want to circle back around with, and you said that when you were first getting started, you had some business that came in quickly, but then you had to like the lead generation. How did you get new clients in the funnels, and then your sales process? How much time did you take to really kind of hone in on first filling the pipeline and then effectively walking them through?
Yeah. So I was serving at a breakfast restaurant. It's called First Watch. I'm sure there's some in Columbus,
Uh-huh.
right? And I was serving breakfast there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That was all through college. And the people that came in there, young guy, people would like to ask you what you're trying to do. I'm obviously in school at the time too. I would ask leading questions for them to then bring up the business that I'm doing and
Huh?
therefore educate them about it, talk to them about what I'm trying to do with it, and then get clients out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Also picking up the phone, using, the resources I already had, which wasn't much, just
Mm-hmm.
I call it ABB, always be Brandon,
Okay.
meaning I was constantly and I still constantly talk about what we do, how we do, and how to contact me,
Huh?
and just building that awareness of who we are, what we do, and how you get a hold of me. That's the three main things I do from the beginning to even now. If
That's awesome.
they don't know what you do, how you gonna, be able to provide them a service?
Awesome. Very cool. Well, let's see. So you got your clients through word of mouth. Did you do bandit signs? Did you have any signs out there? Did you try those?
We do a lot of them now. I do during Christmas. I do 5,000 of them within 90
Wow.
days.
Wow.
Throughout the year, I do about 1,000 a month for our washing. So every Saturday, we have somebody out there or me out there doing signs.
Huh?
Uh, but when we first started, I feel like an old man now. The signs were really expensive.
They still are.
They are no. So it depends on where you go, and I can, give you who I use. AG Graphics. They're out of Ohio actually. They're only three
Huh?
dollars a sign.
Okay, with
Where
the stand?
with the stand, yeah,
Okay.
which
Okay.
is the cheapest you can ever find. Double-sided, single color, super,
Mm-hmm.
super what you want. But at the beginning, they were like $8, $10 a piece. They
Oh,
were
gee.
extremely expensive. Now, we had left them in clients' yards, but we didn't really hit it hard on the neighbors. What we
Mm-hmm.
did do is I hired 14, 15-year-old kids that were in the cities that we wanted to work in. I
Mm-hmm.
called it a summertime internship,
Mm-hmm.
and I would pay the kids. There's like 8 kids. That was their first job ever, so that's really cool. They would
Uh-huh.
go into targeted neighborhoods with door hangers because they were cheap. They're 10 cents a piece, and we'd hit all the neighbors with all the door hangers. They do it on Saturdays and Sundays,
Mm-hmm.
and we gave them a script of what we did. So if anybody asked them what a 15-year-old kid's doing walking around, they knew how to explain what we did. Did sales
Mm-hmm.
training with 15-year-old kids, 14-year-old kids, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really the boots on the ground that we used to get into the neighborhoods that we wanted to be in.
Mm-hmm.
And now looking back, we stay in those neighborhoods still
That's
today because
awesome.
of that beginning.
That's awesome. We did a campaign with one of my clients where, you know how they have all the fundraisers and they have the kids go and peddle products in all the different
Hmm.
neighborhoods.
Hmm.
So we did dryer vent cleaning at a
Okay.
50% discount, had the kids go, and then we took 50% of the money and donated it to the program.
Love
So
it.
the kids learned the sales skills. It helped the school, and a lot of the kids then it became like a future pipeline of who would
Yeah.
potentially come and work for them.
Right.
Because, like you said, it's their first kind of job, and they were raising money for whatever it is that they needed, like band or something. So that was a pretty cool. experience for us. Thinking
And who's gonna be
outside
mad at a 15-year-old kid knocking on the door either?
for
That was
something
the
that
other
they
thing.
need. Yeah,
Yeah.
for something that they need.
That
Like,
was always my thought. Like they might get mad at me. I'm 22, 25, whatever, knocking on their door.
yeah.
But a 15-year-old kid that's trying to make money in the summertime, like they think it's cute. They want to support.
Yes, 100%. 100% agree. So, okay, so you now have like, that's how you kind of got started. How are you, so you're still getting business the same way? Like, are you getting it through your are you still door knocking or are you doing any of the digital lead generation stuff?
So we do everything. We do everything, but like the core of what we do over the years, we've built a client base of 16,000 clients.
Great.
So we're constantly text blasting all of our clients.
That's great. Good for
Constantly.
you.
So like in areas like next week, we target the specific areas that we're going to be in. We hit those clients on a text blast with a one-time offer,
Mhm.
and that there 21% is repeat, 28% of our clients are from the text blast. So right there is
Outstanding.
49% of my business.
That's outstanding. That's super
And
awesome.
then the
So
other
the old
29 is Google.
lady, the old lady
Yeah.
in the room is going to tell you to continue to keep those metrics because
Yeah.
as you look at what's going to happen over the next few years, you're going to start being approached by individuals who are going to want to acquire your business. And they'll
Hmm.
approach it as, starting with, here's this, I'm going to give you 5 times annual revenue for your business. And then each time they're going to go through a line. And if you can't prove that you have sustainability on that particular line item, they're going to deduct a percentage and deduct a percentage and deduct a percentage. So by
Hmm.
having metrics about what percentage of your clients are repeat clients and having it over a 5-year period of time, it now goes from 5 times annual revenues to 7 times annual revenues. And then if
Yeah,
you've
it's big
got
money.
that documented, and then you're going and okay, now I have my financials where my profit margins I've documented for 5 years, my profit margins are going up year over year over year. Now it goes from 7 times revenue to 9 times annual revenue. So what by
Hmm.
keeping documentation, you put yourself in a position, Sam, where instead of them deducting, they have to increase. And all these
Oh yeah,
venture
I know what it's
capitalists,
worth. I know
yeah,
what it's worth.
that's
They're already
awesome.
calling
Good for
me left
you.
and right. They call me left and right. Right now, the private equity world wants blue collar people.
They do.
Bad,
They do.
bad. 3 to 4 emails a day, probably at least 2 to 3 calls a day from private equity.
That's great. That's great. Good for you. Good for you. So, so this kind of transition is going to be like, well, why is she going down this path? It's a completely different conversation, but it's not. How are you hiring and attracting new talent?
Yeah. So what we figured out, we learned this during COVID. COVID was a really hard time to hire people. And what we found was it's a math equation. I had a business coach, still have a business coach at that time. And it was hard to find people because people were getting free money to stay home.
No.
So, first option we went into was figuring out how do we retain people, right?
Hmm.
We switched the hiring process from hiring the bottom person to then
Hmm.
hiring the top person first,
Hmm.
meaning don't hire the $15 an hour guy, hire the guy that's $30 an hour first. Let him do the hiring of the lower level people. That way he builds his own team.
Hmm. Okay.
And then also by doing that, we found that there's an equation to getting good people. It's 75 applicants. It
Hmm.
is 22 phone interviews.
Hmm.
It's 10 in-person interviews, and then
Hmm.
it's 3 people that come in for 2-day contracts that
Hmm.
end up hiring one person. So it's a math equation. When we need to hire one guy, that's the math we need to hit to get a
Hmm.
quality person.
Do you have your roles posted
So
on
kind of,
like public posts?
yeah, so Indeed's the best thing for us.
Hmm.
One of the things that my business coach at the time recommended was listen for who's advertising for employment.
Okay.
Listen, is it ZipRecruiter? Is it Indeed? Is it where are these people spending the big companies, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, how are they spending their money? Are they spending money here? Are you hearing it on the radio? Because if you
Hmm.
are, that means your person you're wanting to hire is hearing that. So then go
Okay.
spend your money on that.
Okay.
So that's where we put all of our eggs in Indeed because that's where we get the most applicants. We get about 10 applicants a day. We're constantly always taking applicants, constantly interviewing, uh, looking for always the right person.
Well, that's a lot of interviews, depending on how many open roles that you have available. Is this being done by individuals right now? Like where a human
Yeah,
being is doing? Okay. Well, I might have a
yeah.
tip.
So
I might have a tip for you at the end, and when we go off the recording, I might give you a quick tip if you're open
yeah,
to suggestions, ways to make it a little bit easier.
sure.
But I might have a tip that might help you. Um,
One of the
so,
things, just so we don't jump from that, one of the things that expedites it and why we're able to do that, the
mhm,
phone interviews are only 2 to 3 minutes.
okay. Well,
The
that's
phone interviews
interesting.
only
Tell me more.
I only want to ask a couple questions. The couple questions that I want them to ask is, hey, why did you apply for this job? Right there,
Hmm.
you might hang up the phone after that answer, or even in the
Okay.
middle of that answer, because some people are going to be honest and say, I just need a job. Okay, you're not my guy. Best
Hmm.
of luck to you. Thanks for applying. We're moving on. That's a
Hmm.
30-second conversation.
Hmm.
And then from there, we then ask, okay, are you afraid of heights? Do you have a valid driver's license? And they answer those two things. We can gauge from them
Hmm.
what kind of person they are, like stereotypically speaking,
Hmm. Hmm.
to then want to potentially set up an in-person interview. Now you schedule 10, only five are showing up.
Yeah. Okay. So what about though, like, let's go back to that first question that you asked them, why did you apply for this job?
Yeah.
Do they know that you're calling them? Are they expecting your phone call is this like a predetermined appointment that is set, or is this just like a random, you applied to my job and I'm calling you out of the blue saying, hey, I'm Sam. Why did you apply to my job? So tell me about that process. Is it scheduled?
No, so yes and no. So our one of my assistants, she has a copy and paste text message that she sends, copies it, sends it to the person. Hey, this is Mary with My Guy Services. We saw you applied on Indeed for our pressure washing position. Do you
Mm-hmm.
have 5 minutes for a quick phone interview? And it's just a
Okay.
plug and play. Just you can send 100 messages in an hour, and then from there, if they said yes, we call them instantly.
Okay, yeah. So I do have something that I think would probably really help that out a lot.
Sure,
Um, and uh so I'm gonna give you that tip at the end.
love
Um,
it.
now we're coming up to, we've been talking now for about 25 minutes and I want to be respectful of your time, but there is one question well, there's two more questions that I have for you that I think I'd really love to get this. Um, the first question is, what is it about your job that people who are on the outside and they look at your business and they're looking at all that you do, what do they just not get? Like, what is it that they miss out of what it is that your business does?
Yeah, they don't see the sacrifice. They don't see the 10 years, 12 years, 13 years I've put into this. They
Hmm.
don't see the times I never paid myself. They don't see the times that I missed away from my family. They don't understand the time. Like this week, I worked till 1 o'clock at night. I went to work at 7. I stopped at 1 a.m.
Hmm.
Uh, most of
Hmm.
the days that I'm not done working until 7, 8 o'clock at night.
Hmm.
They think that they see me have go on vacation. They see me have nice things, things that we've earned and, we're blessed to have.
Hmm.
We got a house in Costa Rica. They think it's beautiful that it's a big old mansion. No, we have a house in the jungle that's beautiful. It's relaxing. It's awesome.
The
Paid
jungle.
cash for it. It's
Awesome.
great. Love it. Go there in the wintertime. I get to disconnect, refresh, do all that.
Hmm.
Um, but they don't see the sacrifices. They think it's all glitz and glamour that
Hmm.
I make thousands of dollars a day and that,
Hmm.
I don't put the work in. That's not true at all. I'm in the trenches every day,
Hmm.
helping the team, building the team, out there working with the team,
Hmm.
and then having the time away from my family to make sure that happens. So,
Hmm.
making clients happy is a big thing for us. So that takes a lot of sacrifice. And 10 years, it took us 10 years to actually make money,
That's
like
great.
personally.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'm working with a lot of people who are on the opposite end of their business where they're looking to potentially be acquired or sell. And there's this book that's out there. It's called Exit with Exiting, or Exiting with
Okay.
an Exit. I'll send it over to you. Obviously, I have it memorized, but it immediately discredit me as a reader because they go in and they're talking about how, we start these businesses, we make all these sacrifices, and we miss the baseball games, and we miss, the first steps, and we miss this and we miss that. And then it comes to like sell the business, and you're basically like they think about all the stuff that they missed when they were in their young adult life. And I'm like, well, pump the brakes. In my
Yeah.
corporate experience, I also missed the softball games. I
Hmm.
had no liberty and freedom to do things like take the kids to the doctor. So I think when people look at our lives or they look at our successes and they see some of the physical stuff,
Yeah.
they almost like, I don't want to say they I'd like to say that they're just admiring us, but it's almost like they resent the fact that we have these things and they don't, but they're not always willing to make the sacrifices. They're not willing
No.
to put in those long hours for their own business, but yet they do it for the corporate world. And
Yeah.
it blows my mind the way that we think about money and we think about success and we think about how that results in our own character.
Hmm.
But in that book, I oftentimes am pushing back like, you're going to miss it anyways.
Yeah.
Do what you
You do,
enjoy,
but you pick and
do what
choose
you
your
love.
battles. You pick and
Yes,
choose your battles. Like, uh, not many people that work a corporate job can go to Costa Rica for a month, month and a half.
right. 100%.
Like, I got my whole family with me. We're having fun. We do whatever we want, go anytime we want. Another thing that we're very fortunate, it is a family business. My wife
That's
works in the
great.
company.
That's so awesome.
We just moved everything to our new house, so all of the
Hmm.
business is at the house now. So I'm in
That's
my
so
back
awesome.
office behind my house.
That's
My
awesome.
daughter was trying to be in the video, so like it's all incorporated together now. It's a true family business. So
That's
everything
outstanding.
we do is together.
I love that. Oh, I love that. I love that for you. I love that for your daughter who is watching mom and dad build something together. You're teaching
Yeah.
them things that mom and dad have a life that they're building together. Dad doesn't go away and then mom goes away and then they come back
Hmm.
and they only spend a few minutes a day together. Like you're showing her how to build a successful business life and a level of happiness that so many people just don't even have. I admire you. I think what
Yeah.
you've done is outstanding. I
We had a
truly,
place that we had like a whole playroom at the old office.
that's awesome. That's so
For her to be there
awesome.
running the halls. It was cool. It's really cool because every day she thinks I do something different. Like this week, I cleaned trash cans for the city of Indianapolis. She thinks I'm a
Huh?
trash man now.
That's great. That's
She said,
awesome.
"Daddy, you have so many jobs." I'm like, "Yeah, I do."
It's so awesome. Well, the
Yeah.
last question that I have for you, Sam, is if your business had a theme song, if we were playing baseball and you had a walk-up song, what would be the walk-up song for My Guys Services?
So it depends on the season. I thought about that long and hard. It depends on the season. It depends on the time because everything's
Okay.
about timing, right?
So we're gonna say
So this,
This
yeah,
July, you're coming up to the plate. What's
yeah.
being sung for My Guys?
Yeah, so the song that I was thinking about, it's called Wes. It's by Wes Walker, which I don't even know who that guy is, but it's called Jordan Belfort. And what
Okay.
he's talking about, I was getting
Okay.
dirty money, Jordan Belfort, stacking money,
Okay.
being in the cleaning world, it's kind of funny as
Dirty
cleaning
money.
trash, as I'm cleaning trash cans, I'm just laughing like this is really dirty money. And no, I think the answer to that though, like it comes with seasons. Like then you could throw on Jelly Roll and put Save Me on, like I'm
Yes.
out here in the trenches dying
Yes.
and
Yes.
going through all the stress in life, right?
Yeah.
Another one is, Kanye West Can't Tell Me Nothing, that mindset
Yeah.
of can't do
100.
nothing but get it
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
So I thought about that when I saw your questions and I was like, it's not just one. It
Yeah, there's a
depends on the
few.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say my go-to is Unwritten,
Okay.
not to play the little white girl thing, but you get out there and it's like the rest is still unwritten. But then I think I'm also going to add to it Unstoppable by Sia. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, like and I have a few inappropriate rap songs that could follow up in that lineage
Eh,
as well, but
I
those
think
two.
being an entrepreneur, you have all these thoughts in your head, and then more times than not, you have ADHD. Like I will
Yeah.
listen to the same song 100 times in a row. I'm that
Yeah.
kind of guy
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it balances out the frequencies in my brain, that
Yeah.
rhythm,
I do too.
and
Yeah.
that's what like I'm not the listening to audiobooks, podcast guy. I'm the music guy that's having it all balance and sync
Yeah.
as I'm doing things.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you being on the podcast. As I promised, I'll send you over a digital copy of
Yeah,
this. There are ways that I can potentially help slice it and dice it for you. We can kind of talk about that afterwards, but for now, we'll say goodbye to the podcast, and you and I will have a few more words
yeah.
afterwards.
Perfect. No, I appreciate you having me on here, Natalie. Thank you.
You're welcome.